Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing the second part of my Chicago condo tour. If you missed the first part of this series, I'll link to it in the cards. It was a full-blown living room tour, so similar to that video today, I'm gonna walk you through our kitchen, our dining room, and also my little office space, which is kind of a subset of the living room, but I didn't have time to cover it all in my last video. So I'm gonna talk through kind of all the renovations that we did. We did buy this place and completely re-gutted it. So you'll see some before and after pictures along the way. And I'll talk through like all the stuff that we've bought, where we got it from, and also some home decorating tips along the way. This is the second video that is going to be part of a 4-part series. Be sure to subscribe if you wanna catch upcoming videos. The next part will be all the bedrooms, and the last one will be the best one, and it'll be closer to summer. I'll give you a tour of our den and our outdoor rooftop. Stay tuned for the upcoming parts of the series and enjoy. This is our dining room. It fits really nicely into this other bay window that we have. We had to do this custom because it was such a set space that wasn't like a standard size, and we really wanted to put the table in this little nook here. We ended up finding like a local Chicago carpenter. It was like a family business, and they built this table from scratch for us, which was super special, and it was great because we got exactly what we wanted. We wanted kind of like a sort of like a Scandinavian vibe. We ended up getting it and it wasn't finished at all, which is a problem, especially for a table you're like eating on, and like oils and stuff could spill and wood soaks in everything when it doesn't have a finish on it. So I ended up finishing it myself with just like a clear finish. It's not really the color that we wanted, and actually if you see it up close you can tell that it's sort of fading, so we have to like sand it and finish it again. Probably a project for later this year. We have the chairs that I'm sitting on. These adorable chairs that you've probably seen everywhere because everyone has them. I don't know what they're called, but they're again like mid-century inspired, and we actually have these little covers on them, but you can see the chairs are straw on the bottom. So we have 4 chairs. You can pretty much find them anywhere. They're pretty standard chairs. We didn't get the originals, we got dupes. We wanted dining chairs that had arms on them and also obviously a back. So these really worked out, and they kind of went with the vibe of the table. Recently, we bought these little faux leather pads to put on the chairs, and these are custom made for this chair type. Not for these specific ones that we bought, just like generally, like I said, this is a common type of chair, and we were able to find pads that fit this chair exactly. So they are custom fit for the chair, which is awesome. They don't move, they fit perfectly in there, and we didn't have to do like any work outside of just picking the color and like plopping them on. I also added some color to like the dining chair, dining table situation because it was like all wood, straw, white happening. We also have a bench that came with the dining table, so same exact kind of style, but in a bench format, so that's behind me against the wall. We wanted to have like a bench feel, and it's also easier to have a bench closer to the wall because there's less space back there for chairs, so that ended up working out really well. Now I want to tell you about this cool floral thing we have on the back wall. Because there's a bench back there and there is exposed brick. We actually have exposed brick on like both sides of our main area. The thing with exposed brick is like it's kind of a hot mess. Like it falls, it dirties the floors. If you brush up against it, your clothes get like residue on them. So we decided to install, from scratch we made this, like a foam backboard with fabric on it. One, so that you don't get like your clothes dirty when you're sitting on the bench and leaning your back against the wall, and also just for like a more comfortable experience sitting at the dining table, so you can lean back and there's this like nice foam padded backrest. We were inspired by like restaurants that we've went to that had this similar kind of setup, so that's kind of what inspired this idea. We wanted it to be more of like an art piece and also a backrest. We commissioned one of our close friends who's really handy and like loves, he can like build benches and build like a bunch of different wood pieces from scratch. We brought him over, got like a piece of wood, cut up foam, stapled this like beautiful fabric that we got from this designer who actually makes fabrics and wallpapers. What we loved about this fabric was that it was like full blown florals and it wasn't like a repeated pattern. Now we have a custom made backrest slash art piece behind our dining table. The last thing I want to highlight about the dining space is these light fixtures, which let me turn them on because they're so freaking cute. Also, something that we were inspired by at Design Within Reach, obviously they were like an insane amount of money. So we started researching online for dupes, and I think we found these, I'm not kidding, it was either like Alibaba or some like Chinese retailer site, like an aggregate retail site, kind of like an Amazon, and we found these. And they were super cheap. I think the real ones are like fiberglass or something, and these are like paper mache. But whatever, like you get the same effect, and I don't know, they're cute. I really love them. End result is worth it. Let's finish off this home tour. I wanted to do it all in one day last time, but I realized I talked too much. I'm gonna show you this little bookshelf slash office space that is mine, part of like the broader living room area, and then we're gonna talk about the kitchen. This is our little library area. There's also a little office right here, as you can see my chair, my little space. I love it. This entire section, all of this is from CB2. They have these kind of individual bookshelves that they sell, and we got the tallest ones, and we got 3 of them in addition to a matching little desk slash bookshelf situation. 4 pieces in total, all from CB2, and we just put them all together to give it that kind of like industrial, like pipe shelving type vibe, because that's what I wanted. I realized we'd have to get one that was custom, and it was effing expensive. So this was the alternative solution that we found, and I think it's worked out great. We've decorated and stylized the shelves a bit, as best we could with all of our books and board games. So this is my little office space. It's not ever really this clean, but it's very clean for the purposes of today's video. Don't think it always looks like this, because it does not. I have a little desk light over here. I don't love this desk lamp. I've been looking for a new one, and I'm having a really hard time because I have to get one that like fits the height, and I want a little mushroom lamp, and it's like impossible to find. So this is what I'm dealing with for now. I think that lamp is actually from Leo's like old office desk. Real special, this lamp, but honestly it's like kind of cute. It's got a little wooden base to it. I was also looking for a place to kind of pin up little reminders, little cards I get from friends, pictures of friends and old pictures, and I found this cool board that's magnetic. So it's, you know, simple whiteboard. It has a little bit of a, you know, design on it just for some added texture. And it's great because it's little magnets and it's not thumbtacks, which I feel like could get one messy. I prick myself on a regular basis with those thumbtacks. I don't know why. It's like happened my entire life. I always hurt myself somehow. I mean, it's not like the end of the world, but it's annoying. It also could fall and like scratch the desk. So I wanted to avoid doing like a thumbtack situation. So the magnets work awesome, and they're pretty strong actually. On top of the desk, I have a couple shelves. I use these storage bins that I got from Target about a year ago. They're great. And then I have this little piggy bank that I had from my old apartment when I lived alone. On top, Leo had these statues that he bought in Greece ages ago. He had them at his old apartment, and it's like the old Grecian sculptures, so super cool, like a lot of history behind them. So we have these here. I think they look nice on the top shelf. They fill in that shelf space and kind of makes it look more balanced with the rest of the bookshelves. So that's kind of my office situation. We have a coat rack next to it that we hang kind of our lighter coats. Our winter coats are downstairs by the front door. Before I forget, the chair, my office chair. So I got this one from All Modern. I love that it was velvet, different texture. Love that it added color with this bright blue. And it's just super comfy and has like a vintage feel to it, even though it's not vintage. One pro tip for adding these types of rolly chairs, I don't know what you call them, chairs with rolling wheels on hardwood floor, you don't want to keep those plastic legs that they come with because they will destroy your floor. The hack that we did was we changed the plastic roller legs and replaced them with these rubber ones that we found on Amazon. that do not scratch the floor, and they are so much better than the plastic legs. It's smooth, they're clean, you don't have to worry about damaging your floor, and you don't have to put an ugly mat underneath your desk chair. So great hack if you have hardwood floors and have an office chair that you like to spin around in. For our little bookshelf area, the way we've kind of sectioned off the books is like by category and whose books they are. Like my books are in one section, Leo's books are in another. We didn't really like colorize them or anything. There isn't like that much science behind it. We just kind of went with like what made sense and what looked good. The books kind of mixed in with like little decorative pieces in between, like this Ron Burgundy statue. That was a Leo ad, not mine, but I don't hate it. My favorite little addition, this Venus de Milo statue that I got in Greece on Milos Island, which is where Venus de Milo was discovered. And I thought it was so cute how they just hand painted the sculpture and made it fun and playful, like so cute. And fun fact, I think, fingers crossed, that's the island we're gonna get married on later this summer. So lots of meaning behind this little Venus. The other thing that I want to highlight is our diffuser that basically is the best thing ever. It beats any candle or diffuser I've ever tried, I'll tell you that. This little thing fills up this large, it's a big room. Mix it up with whatever essential oil that you put into it, so you have options. We kind of mix up the fragrances that we use depending on the season and the time of year. Kind of like staple one is the Le Labo Santal 26. It is so expensive, by the way, so sometimes we treat ourselves and buy it, other times it gets gifted to us, but in other situations, we've also found pretty good dupes of the Le Labo, I will say, that we use, so I'll be sure to link to those in the description of the video too, because it is effing expensive, and totally get if you don't wanna spend that much money on fragrance oil, so. Totally get it. There are options out there that smell just as good. We've tried them and I can vouch for them. Another cool thing that we have done for like tablets, they don't really look that pretty, and I don't know, I don't love how they look. So what we did is we bought these cute little cases for them that look kind of retro. It doesn't look like it's a tablet, and it looks really nice and decorative laid out on the bookshelf. So that's kind of been our approach to hide the ugliness of these types of electronics, is put them in a cute case. I have shopped at Matches Fashion in the last year a few times, and if you've shopped there, and I don't even know if they still do this because the last thing I bought was like months ago, but they send these adorable like decorative boxes as part of your package. So I've saved them and I put things in them and use them as like little decorative boxes on our bookshelf. So one of them has like all my cards and stuff from friends that I've gotten over the years. The other one is a bigger one that I use and I store like all my arts and crafts because I like my arts and crafts. So that is our little bookshelf space that is right behind our living room. Now we're gonna go to the kitchen. This is our kitchen space. And I will say that our kitchen isn't huge, but it's perfect for us. It looks a lot different than what it looked like when we moved in. We wanted to make it fit with kind of the rest of the house, so we stuck with this like gray palette and then we incorporated pops of color. First thing is these little stools. These are kind of new. We were stuck with these ugly IKEA stools that Leo had at his old apartment for a while. We just couldn't find stools that we like loved until we found these, and we were like, yes, this is exactly what we need. Very mid-century inspired. We also love the pop of color with the orange felt padding on the padding. These were just perfect find. We were able to fit 3 because again, the space is kind of small. We eat up here more than we use our dining table, which is probably the case with most people. We did a few things during the renovation process. We didn't like rip out the kitchen. We wanted to kind of do little tweaks here and there to save money, and also we didn't think that the cabinets needed to be completely replaced. So what we did was we had them painted. So what was this kind of like walnut color wood is now this gray paint. When the cabinets were like kind of simple and didn't have this like detailing on them, it worked because they did look modern. We also added to them these little cute knobs that we hunted for months because We didn't want metallic ones, we wanted colored ones, particularly gray. Ones that felt like modern and also playful. We ended up finding these from Australia. Yeah, we ordered our kitchen knobs from Australia. We are ridiculous. In terms of appliances, we just ended up getting a new dishwasher and a new fridge because the others were old. We didn't swap the stove or the microwave, although I think that might be something we will do later down the line if we decide to stay here longer term. The other thing that we did was we changed the countertops. So there was like kind of like darker granite countertops in here before, and we adjusted it and installed these quartz countertops that have like a very kind of subtle vein going through them that really meshes well with the gray pops that we have going in the kitchen. We also added a backsplash because there wasn't one there before. It's so crazy how just a backsplash can completely change the feel of the kitchen. We ended up getting just a simple subway tile from Floor & Decor and went with like a darker grout to make it more of a statement, and I love how it turned out. We're still working on kind of adding little elements to the kitchen to make it fun. This little teapot was a fun addition. I am a tea drinker, so Leo gifted me this little Alessi cute teapot. It's got a little bird on it. We also have added these cool pieces of art. This artist, his name is Diego Cusano, and he does these pieces where he creates images with pieces of food incorporated into them. So we thought these would be really cute to pull into our kitchen space. So we have 3 of them. I thought these pieces of art really kind of made the kitchen fun and playful and added some color. Last thing I want to highlight about the kitchen is these hanging light fixtures that we have over the bar area. These were just, we were eyeing them for a while. These are actually from Design Within Reach. We actually bought something from Design Within Reach, and these were in reach, kind of. They were on the pricier end, but still affordable enough and within our budget. So we decided to pull the trigger and we got them, and they are amazing. I just love how clean they look. They just look nice. It really like helped tie the space together, especially because it was a darker gray color. It went with like the pop with the kitchen knobs and like the other dark gray that we have going on in the kitchen, like the subway tile grout. So I feel like it really brought the room together, and we love them. I don't know why, but these videos are so fun. It's such a blast, like, I don't know, giving you guys a little inside scoop on my space and like where I am 24/7 these days. Be sure to subscribe to catch the upcoming videos as part of the series. We're gonna be touring the bedrooms, which I'm in one of them right now. Little foreshadowing. Like this video if you liked it. Obviously drop me a comment if you have questions about anything that I maybe didn't link to, or just in general, like home decorating tips, living in Chicago. Like honestly, whatever you got in your mind, drop it in the comments and let's talk. I'll chat with you guys in my next video. Bye.